Bingo. I set the over-under at 2.5 times. I'd have to send out a request. If you took the under today, you're a big winner.
What? How many times did you do it? 2 or 1?
Two. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
My bad.
No.
I was getting some coffee, man.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, look, right here.
What do you drink?
I have an espresso. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? How do you not know what you're drinking?
I drink coffee from the Nespresso.
Yeah, but you don't put anything in it?
Oh, black coffee.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. All right, you go for it. You're real.
Yeah.
Everybody's noticing I'm not wearing a hat today. That's because I do have a podcast coming up in about a half hour with Lucas Giolito and James McCann. I'm reuniting the battery that they got the White Sox a no-hitter during the COVID-related season. So I wanted to look nice. Everybody's like, put your hat on, weirdo.
People are saying you hate every team right now. That's what everyone's saying.
All right, you know what? There we go. I'm going to ruin my hair so everybody's happy at home.
Whoa!
There we go.
All right.
Nice. That's a solid one, too.
It is.
All right. But let's start with what everybody was talking about yesterday in the baseball world with Gerrit Cole, who is on the mound today against Josh Donaldson, who says, I've got a whole list of cheaters and video and et cetera, et cetera.
And have you ever used spider tack while pitching?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't quite know how to answer that, to be honest.
So I'm going to do my Gerrit Cole impression for a second.
Oh, man.
How uncomfortable was the question, have you ever used spider tack? How uncomfortable was his reaction for you?
I was honestly genuinely shocked by the way he answered that question because he is intelligent and articulate. And you can tell he usually really thinks about what he says. Like, he's in New York. He understands the media is going to get blasted everywhere. He's the $300 million dude. Like, eyes are on him, so he's usually prepared. And, man, I don't know if that caught him off guard. I don't know how it could.
Plouffe, how in the world could he be caught off guard?
I don't know, Chris. I freaking don't know, man. But he was caught off guard, or he just was like, I don't know. He genuinely didn't know how to answer the question without actually just saying yes. So he was trying to avoid saying that, and there's no other way to answer it other than just admitting it, right?
Right. So it's a great case study in trying to figure out when people are lying, right? When they stop and don't give an answer for 10 seconds, or they don't look you in the eye, right? When they're doing this, when your kids do this to you, or your spouse, don't want to get down that road. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's it exactly. I don't know. If I'm a big name pitcher right now, or if I'm any pitcher, I might be hiring my own PR person to really go over what I should be saying.
The Yankees have PR people.
Like they do, and very good ones. Yeah. I'm saying I'm looking out for myself.
Yeah.
Because even though you work for an organization, you have to protect your own interests here.
I don't know. I mean, everything is still alleged. Even he didn't ever admit anything. It's all still alleged. This is what I hope, Chris. This is what I hope.
Yep.
I hope that Cole comes out today and can be his dominant self. I really hope that, all these guys who allegedly use stuff can go back and just be good pitchers. Mm-hmm. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I don't. I think they're going to regress and take a step back.
Wow.
But I think the game is better with a great Gerrit Cole, the only $300 man in New York. That's a great storyline. And if it becomes Gerrit Cole used a substance to become that guy and now he's a shell of his former self, that's not a good storyline for baseball. So I really am genuinely hoping that it doesn't change much. I hope that what he was saying before was true, that he's studied how to increase spin and knows how to do it, and through reps he's been able to do it. I really hope that's the case. We'll see.
So here's the thing that I heard a lot on Twitter yesterday. Why are Bauer and Cole the faces of this when 80 to 90% of the pitchers might be doing it? It's a fair question. But at the same time, Gerrit Cole made himself the face of it yesterday by not being prepared to answer the question.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true, because that's the indelible image that we're going to have from somebody who was asked point blank range, have you used spider tack? It's going to be this look. That's it. That's all we're left with.
And he's one of the pitchers that has a very noticeable bump in spin.
Right.
Like a lot of guys that, have used their entire career. And so their numbers, if you go to Baseball Savant, are steady. But the two guys that aren't, or two of the guys that aren't, Bauer and Cole. There was a noticeable 300 RPM jump. So that's another reason they get singled out.
Last 30-second point on this before we move on. Where has MLB been in this? I've been begging them to come out with some sort of statement. We're hearing reports that they might be checking guys at the door when they come into the game for hats and gloves and all that sort of stuff. They've been silent. This is your sport. You're the ones in charge. Get out in front of it. I mean, it's been 2 weeks since that article in The Athletic where JT Realmuto said that this is worse than steroids. Like, come out ahead of this. It shouldn't just be on the players here.
Well, I mean,
to me, Major League Baseball is culpable as well.
100%. And I've heard some people on Twitter, my guy Ryan Spader was talking about, look, the MLB might be using this to divide players right before the CBA. Now, I don't necessarily agree with like a master plan to do it. Maybe now they see it's happening and they're like, hey, let's let this run for a few more weeks.
I don't know. I mean, there is that saying that even bad news is good news because it keeps you in the news. I don't know if this is exactly the direction Major League Baseball wants to go. All right, before we move on, I got to get this sticker off my head. It's driving me nuts. All right.
Hey, that's what all the kids do today.
It's doing something tricky to my eye, and I can't handle it at this age. All right, so the Padres and Cubs wrap up a series. Darvish goes against the team that traded him in the offseason. Is that more interesting to you in today's game than seeing if Patrick Wisdom can continue to swing the mighty sword?
I kind of have an affinity for the Patrick Wisdom story. I went on a similar tear that, basically propelled me to become a big league starter. So I'm hoping that is the case for this guy.
Do tell.
2012, man, I was fighting for my life in the big leagues. Had an incredible month where I just started hitting homers. Very similar to what Patrick Wisdom is doing. Then I established myself, and that's the dream, man. So I hope it continues for Wisdom, but I will say this: I'm more interested in seeing Darvish pitch against his former team. The Cubs have been great in spite of their starting pitching. They don't have anybody with an ERA plus over 100, and here's Darvish. He's given up more than 2 earned runs only twice in 12 starts. Like, he's been the workhorse, a guy that can give that excellent bullpen a rest, because that's what good starters pride themselves on doing. I mean, he would have been – the Cubs need him. So it's interesting to see him go up against them, even though the Cubs are playing well.
Although I will say this, Zach Davies, one of the guys he was traded for through Gem last night, threw great. Probably his best game as a Cub. And Darvish has been fantastic. Yeah. The guys in the lineup, very little success against Darvish. Now, most guys have 2 or 3 at bats, so it's hard to gauge whether or not that's accurate. But it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. And Darvish has been everything and then some. You're talking about 6-1, a sub-3 ERA, a sub-1 WHIP. Good number of strikeouts. He's been phenomenal. But go Wisdom. 8 homers and 10 starts. I mean, that's like Aristides Aquino type stuff.
I'm rooting for the guy for sure. That's like I said, I know that feeling. You're showing up to the park knowing you're going to hit a homer. It's no better feeling.
Okay. I'm going to skip it down to Joey Votto.
Okay.
He came back off the injured list yesterday. Did you see what he said? He went after the St. Louis Cardinals and an expletive-filled diatribe about the Reds' sweep in St. Louis.
We had some talking motherfuckers in St. Louis after the first series sweep, and it's kind of nice to go on their road, at their road ballpark and let them have it. We had some people sweeping brooms and like that while we were leaving. So, how'd you like that?
Which was awesome to watch. Does this pour more gasoline on that little rivalry fire, if you will?
I guess, I love watching it. It's hilarious. Like, Joey's like one of the most respected people in the game, so he's earned the right. He can go out and say whatever the hell he wants, and people are going to love it because he's just earned it, man.
Yeah.
And I think it's more towards – I'm assuming it's more towards the fans. He's kind of always had that little, like, give and take with them, playing first base, going and running after the balls, the foul balls. You remember that when he used to do that?
Yep.
before like the ball boy got him and tossed him in the stands. So I'm assuming that's who it was towards. Maybe they were talking crap to him last time that happened. I don't know, but I'm here for it. I'm here for anything Joey Votto wants to do. I'm a big fan of his.
No, I am too. The problem is they won't see each other until after the All-Star break, like July 23rd or something is when that series will resume. As much as I love it, the team they got to worry about most is the one they're playing again today. They're 1-3 against the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers have won 5 in a row. I think they're 12-3 since they traded for Willy Adames, who was just on the Rose rotation. I'm telling you, if you haven't watched that episode, we reunited him with Tyler Glasnow, and Glasnow's big point was this guy brought oodles of energy.
Yes.
So I can't believe I just used the word oodles, but I did. Try and use that today somewhere in your conversation.
I will.
Okay. Actually, that's for everybody out there. You're welcome. Use that word. So he's got to concern himself more with the Milwaukee Brewers because I think they're 5 back of the Brewers. They got him today. I do love the point. We'll be bringing it up again in July when the Reds and the Redbirds play. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Which one was the worst foot faux pas? We saw Ke'Bryan Hayes hit a homer against the Dodgers. He missed first base, appeal, out. And then we saw Bobby Witt Jr., who is the stud shortstop in the Royals organization, has been hammering pitches left and right, hit a home run, tried to do his little toe drag swag at home plate, apparently missed it, and they was called out on an appeal. Which one was worse?
I marked this down as the Rex Ryan question, so that's a little talking about. I just went there, little foot faux pas.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Ke'Bryan clearly missed first. Oh my God, Jesus!
There you go.
Don't show Rex this video.
No, you know what? Actually, my wife says my feet are the best part of my body. How bad is that? Seriously, when your wife's like your feet, that's it. I'm like, what?
Maybe she just really likes feet, Chris.
No, maybe she just hates the rest of it. Keep going.
Sorry. It looked like Ke'Bryan missed first base, so that's his fault. Now, you look at the video with Bobby Witt Jr., like, I don't know. It kind of looks like he hit the plate. And so I'm just going to say this. Why are umpires the worst? Leave that guy alone. It's the freaking minor leagues, dude. Just relax.
Well,
let him have his homer.
Right at the plate. I'll give the ump credit. He was, like, staring right at the plate. And obviously, he didn't tell the other team, so the other team thought he missed it too. And he did kind of like his little toe drag swag. But the best part of the whole equation there was that Patrick Mahomes, who is now part owner of the Kansas City Royals, was like, "What did I miss here?"
Yeah.
So he's tweeting about it. I love it when guys get involved in other sports like that. I'm all for that part. And by the way, it was a minor league home run, so who cares at the end of the day?
No, he's trying to make it up to the show. So
he's coming. It's
I know. The guy was looking at the plate, and then he told the other team, dude, 100%. 100%. He went down and he wiped the plate with his brush and kept staring at it. It's one of those things, man. He wanted it to be all about him.
Can I tell you this one thing? Ke'Bryan Hayes can play baseball. Holy shit, is that guy. If I'm the Pirates, no joke, I go to him after this season and offer him a Ronald Acuna deal. That's the only way you can keep a guy like that in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, and they need to do that. They need to have a face there for sure. Cole Tucker told us about Ke'Bryan, before the season even started. He said this guy can absolutely play. He said he's can hit and he can play third base like no one's ever seen. So I'm with you there, man.
Yep.
Go do it, Pirates. Come on.
All right, what do you have coming up on JOMBOY Media?
We had an episode of Talking Baseball premiere this morning. Other than that, I'll have a sequence out tomorrow, series recap Friday. I'll be doing this again with you tomorrow. So the normal stuff. What about you?
Lucas Giolito and James McCann, now of the New York Mets. Lucas's former catcher on the south side of town. I get to ask McCann, why Jacob deGrom's better than Lucas, right to his face. God, I can't believe I have to do that. That's going to be so painful.
Well, I think Lucas is okay with
I think he is too.
Jacob, yeah.
I think so too. By the way, somebody obviously just joined the show a couple minutes ago and said, where's the discussion on Gerrit Cole? I think that's JP Mum 22. We started out the show with it. Quick reminder, if you can't do it live, we love it that you're here and interacting with us and throwing stuff in the chat. If you can't join us, there's 2 other ways you can consume it. We put it out on our JM Baseball Media YouTube channel. Okay, you can get that from the Rose Rotation Twitter. So always follow Rose Rotation on your Twitter and your Instagram and all your JOMBOY media channels as well. And then it is now also in podcast form. So if you just want the audio only, we've got that for you as well. We appreciate everybody following because it has started to grow and grow and grow, and that was the whole purpose. We want to start your day off with the best 15 to 20 minutes of baseball talk, right?
Yes. I want to ask you, before we leave,
Yes.
give me Gerrit Cole's stat line tonight.
Ooh. Somehow I am stuck on 6 1/3.
It's the Twins, remember that. So
I know. 6 1/3. He'll give up 3 runs. I think his control is going to be a little off. I think he walks 3 and gives up 7 hits.
how many runs?
3.
That's a little bit better than I'd give him tonight. I'm not even sure he makes it past 5. I think he gives up something like 4 runs. I think his strikeouts are down. I think this is going to weigh on him quite heavily. He saw all the bad press that he got, so I'm thinking that Donaldson's out for blood. Everybody's out for blood. It's going to be a tough one for him tonight.
What do you, real quickly, the post-game press conference, because as a starting pitcher, you win or lose, you're sitting down in front of the Zoom. How many questions are going to be about what happened yesterday?
All of them, man. And they should be. They should be. He should be. Okay. He should be in front of the camera answering that because this is a big story. He fumbled it yesterday, and I'm sure he'll be more prepared today. At least I'd hope so.
Are you rooting for Donaldson to take him deep?
Yes.
Going to be interesting.
Love my boy.
It is going to be an awesome day of baseball. Enjoy it. We'll be back here again Thursday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Plouffe, I will see you bright and early tomorrow.
All right. See you guys.